Hey there, Sag, and welcome to your October 2019 Creativity Tarot reading. My name is Kayleigh Jean, and welcome to my channel. As I was tuning into your energy for the month of October, I was given this impression of some kind of unexpected help or some kind of unexpected knowledge or insight that you are either discovering that you already possess or that's coming to you through chance or synchronistic means. October feels like a very mysterious month for you. I feel like there's this impression of you moving along towards whatever your most prominent goals are in your life at this time, and then it's like almost that something happens or some kind of feeling is evoked or some experience, however mundane or small, evokes this sense of all of a sudden you're not just moving towards what you want, but you're kind of being conveyed there. It's almost like if you were at an airport and you're on kind of solid ground and you're walking, and then if you were, this probably would never happen to a real person, but if you were just kind of not really paying attention, or you're just walking along and then all of a sudden you realize that you're on that kind of thing that moves you, like the escalator, but it's flat. It's almost like you just are walking and then all of a sudden there's this moment of like you're being like propelled forward. I don't know if this is something that kind of moves you to the end result that you're seeking immediately, but it does give you pause because you're like, wait a minute, I just felt the universe take action on my behalf. And it might feel like a coincidence or a synchronicity, however you like to describe those things. It may feel like some support coming to you from an unexpected friend, family member, or associate, but there's something happening this month where you feel kind of supported by an unseen energy or by an unexpected energy. So this is very empowering, and I feel like it's kind of waking you up to how achievable your goals really are, especially the ones that are really important to you. I feel that this month represents a sense in general of you just feeling an enhanced sense of personal power, and maybe you'll feel a little bit overwhelmed or like you need to take a break at different points of the month, but overall I'm feeling the month of October for you, Sag, to be very creative and very inspired and playful. So do whatever you can or whatever you need to do to kind of maintain that playful attitude with life, because the more peaceful your vibration is, or the more playful and joyful your vibration is, the more that you're going to notice and really understand and be able to validate the significance of even the smaller, unexpected but helpful events that happen for you this month. And the more that you witness them and appreciate them, the more that they're going to happen increasingly, and the more positive they're going to be for your life. So some really interesting, unexpected help basically coming your way. And I think it's one of those things where it's almost like you could either dream about it first, or there's this kind of unconscious element to it. There's this sense of familiarity, even if it's a new experience or something that you weren't expecting to happen. It's almost like your unconscious mind knows, hang on, this is on my path actually, like this feels familiar. You might have deja vu, for example, around some kind of helpful event that happens. So keep your eye out for this, because it is going to feel, I think, very playful and exciting to you, but you won't necessarily be able to predict it or rely on it in specific situations. It's going to be more about you paying attention to it, Sag. So let's take a look at your cards. Sagittarius. Craft Tarot, give us lovely, helpful, healing messages for Sagittarius. Okay, so I'm going to lay these out. These are from the Druid Craft Tarot. Okay, so this one's coming through as the influence, and this one is the pathos. Very clear to me. So pay attention to these creatures or their likeness where you see them in the coming month, because they will be bringing additional synchronicities. Wow. So you've got the owl as the path and the vulture as the influence. That's insane. So beautiful. And I just love this owl card. It is truly one of my favorite cards in this deck. So having this card as your path really denotes that you are blessed, and it really reinforces that message that was coming through about blessings, like hidden blessings and unusual blessings that are coming into your life right now, Sagittarius. So I love to see this here. I feel like this is going to be a month of blessings, a month of support, and feeling like you have and possess the awareness that you need in order to move forward in a way that is going to be appropriate and uplifting, inspired, and also productive and effective for you. So overall, this is a really amazing draw. Trust your intuition, trust the voice of your higher self that you hear, and expect these positive gifts and blessings to come in, because I do see them very clearly with this owl card, which is associated with the goddess Lakshmi, who brings abundance and prosperity. So this is possibly a really great month for you financially, Sag. I feel like you just are feeling blessed, you're feeling abundant, you're feeling secure in terms of your material existence, but also kind of in what you value and what you appreciate. The interesting influence is the vulture. So there is going to be a sense of shedding something that's no longer working, or an awareness of the dark side of life, an awareness of the shadow side, maybe of yourself or of others. There's also kind of a spooky energy to the vulture, which I would normally not read into, but since we are in October and there's Halloween this month, and I'm wearing a Happy Halloween shirt, and everything about this month is just, there is this kind of like spooky flavor to it. And I personally feel like I associate the word spooky with fun in a way. Like, I don't think of it as scary or anything, but just kind of like synchronicities are spooky, for example, or there could be, with this vulture card, you might be feeling more drawn to like maybe attending a Halloween costume party and having kind of a gruesome costume, or you might just be getting into the whole energy of kind of moving into the darkness. If you're in the northern hemisphere, we are descending into the darkness of winter, and so the vulture card can really represent you kind of taking that symbology, the astrological and astronomical symbology of, if you're in the northern hemisphere, going into the winter months or going towards the end of the year, no matter what hemisphere you're in. We're approaching the end of the year, and so it is a time of looking back and reflecting and releasing what no longer serves us, shedding layers, shedding expectations, shedding criticisms and things, beliefs that no longer serve us. So I feel that this can be a fun energy, actually, for some of you. You might be really getting into the October spirit. And for others of you, I feel like this could represent like a very real shedding of, for example, let's say a toxic family relationship or a friendship that is no longer working for you. It's draining you. It's causing you to feel like you can't really be your true self. Anything in your life that's like that is probably going to get the boot in October. So just be aware of that. But I don't see all of you having that particular aspect as a super strong theme. But just for those of you for whom that is actually an empowering decision to kind of release something and let go of it, then you can really use the vulture energy to help you do that in a healthy way. So I do see overall this month being, because you have two birds here, it is very much a month of, like, I associate birds with obviously flight and mental energy, being kind of in a strategic place, especially with the owl being kind of a predatory creature. I mean, it is a predatory creature, so it's about looking out for yourself. This month, Sagittarius, it's about being connected to your own needs, being connected to what is going to benefit not only you, but everyone involved, because creatures live in an ecosystem that, you know, if it's untouched by like unbalancing influences, then essentially the ecosystem is balanced. So it's okay for this creature to be advocating for its own needs, or to be predatory, to be only concerned about its own needs because it fits within this larger system, which is balance. So maybe that's a message for some of you out there. If you are working within some kind of ecosystem like an industry or a creative environment or a family environment, you may actually be tasked, and it might be the right thing to do, to just take care of your needs in the situation and expect and encourage everybody else to do the same. You wouldn't expect anybody else to do anything differently. Maybe it's about speaking up about something, telling the truth, or disrupting the harmony in a situation because that harmony was only skin deep, and underneath it there's a lot of things that need to be kind of expressed and sort of healed and removed. And so you might feel on some level like, how is this falling on me to do that? But I feel that overall, like, you are blessed this month with a clear sight and a clear insight into what's going on. So no matter what the topic is, no matter what the dynamics are, I feel like you are really sitting pretty within your own energy. And that's really all that's important, because really you can't do anything for anyone else. All you can do is take care of yourself, show up and do your best to be some sort of support, some kind of source of positive energy within any context. But beyond that, other people have to take care of their own stuff. So you can't be the fixer this month. You have to be rooted in self. And that's what's going to be the most empowering for you. So let's take a look at your cards. We've got the Four of Wands, Rebirth, the Hermit, Princess of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Fool, King of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay, so as I'm kind of tuning in here, I'm getting a lot of messages right away, and I have to say that your guys' reading feels very different from any of the other star sign readings that I've done this month. So I'm fascinated and I'm excited to get into this for you. I am seeing something about you either going on a new journey or taking your life in a different direction, and I feel like there's maybe someone around you who is pulling back from that, or who would rather have you do something different. And I am seeing that energy intensifying or being more significant around the 3rd week of October. Interestingly, that is around the time that the sun moves into Scorpio on the 23rd. So it could be around that time, but regardless, I feel that there's this energy that's kind of being repeated throughout this spread of you looking at a decision or a rebirth or a profound change that you need to make. And maybe this is something that you've been thinking about for a while. Maybe it's something that you decided to do some time ago. So maybe it's not totally new, but you're actually finalizing the details of it, or you're taking some kind of significant step in that direction this month. And I feel like part of the reason that this message came forward earlier about like really taking care of yourself and your own needs is it's being, that message in particular from the meditation and from these cards is being deepened with these tarot cards, because we have, for example, like the Four of Wands and Rebirth in the beginning of the month. So with the Four of Wands, there's a sense of like a completion of some kind, or maybe in a home environment as well, because this is a very domestic card. There could be in a home or a business environment this like celebration going on of what you have accomplished. Some of you may have recently experienced some kind of blessing financially, or you may be experiencing that in the beginning portion of the month. There could also be some kind of creative goal that has been reached, like something is being finished, and it's a very happy time. But at the same time, as you go through this completion process, you are the person walking out of this cathedral or this structure on the Rebirth card, saying that this completion or this successful festivity of the Four of Wands, this completion point, is a threshold for you personally. So I feel like you're kind of walking through this threshold here. And it's very symbolic, it's ceremonial, it's something that means more to you than actually what is going on literally in your life. It's like having finished some kind of event or some kind of project or some kind of maybe even an internal process of growth that you're now recognizing, I have finished this. This is like you saying, you know, I didn't realize that reaching this point was going to transform me as much as it has. I didn't realize how much this project was going to change me in my heart. I didn't realize how much I was going to grow. I didn't realize how much bigger my world was going to get. And that's powerful. But at the same time, it feels like there's other influences, maybe people in your personal life or aspects of yourself that you want to hang on to or that want to hang on to you. And I feel like for many of you, it's more the latter, that there's people or situations that want to hang on to you the way that you have been doing things. But here you are, you know, symbolically naked, like this person, symbolically in this totally authentic, new position within yourself. And you're like, I can't cross back into where I came from. Like, I can't. This threshold, this portal only goes one way. What's done is done. You know, like my world is bigger. My desires are bigger. My inspiration is more profound. I have a clarity now and I'm woken up to that and I have to keep moving forward. So for some of you, this could be in your personal life. For others of you, this could be in your creativity or your career. So just pay attention to the themes and feel into this, because I feel that for many of you, this is relevant for you in some way. And if you're not understanding it, it will become more conscious later on throughout the month. Like if this isn't making any sense right now, I feel like by the end of this month or maybe the beginning of November, you're going to be like, whoa, okay, I get that. I was definitely going through a threshold at that point. So as the energy moves forward, we have the Hermit with the Princess of Swords. So I feel kind of both of these cards as your energy, Sag. It's possible that someone else could be represented here, but more than that, I'm feeling that you're kind of going inward in the middle portion of October, and you're kind of feeling like the Hermit does. You're feeling like you need some time in nature or some time to get back to the earth, some time to get grounded, some time to really process and connect with your inner voice. And this is not because you're unclear. It's actually because you're very clear. And that is, I don't think it's freaking you out, but I think that there's something involved in what's going on internally for you where you're like, I know what I want. I just don't know how I'm going to like make it happen or how I'm going to give myself permission to approach it in the way that I eventually think I'm going to. It's like a period of withdrawal and preparation for what is coming. But what is coming is what you want. You know, what is coming is a new adventure. What is coming is something that gives you an even more confident, grounded, and powerful way to express your truth and yourself and to take care of what you need to take care of in your life, like take care of what matters the most to you. So with the Princess of Swords, I do feel like there's going to potentially be some studying that comes in for you around the middle of the month. So many of you might be picking up a book, for example, on a topic that interests you, or reading something or talking to someone about something that kind of has to do with your personal growth. So really enjoy the process of reading or conversing about ideas that are compelling to you, because this is all helping you walk your hermit's path. I do see helpful material coming in, but it's like you have to absorb it and use it in the way that makes the most sense to you. It may be that you read an amazing book or take a course or have a really great conversation with a wise person, but you're not going to take those words that are inspiring you and apply them exactly as they're being communicated. You're going to let it percolate, which is why the Hermit is there. It's like you're going to be processing it on your own terms and seeing how it really rings true for you. And you can't do that in like one day. You know, it's going to take a little while. But I see ultimately that this process of kind of absorbing something that's helpful to you, keying into your own wisdom, getting in touch with your inner voice, in that however that makes sense for you in the second week. Maybe you need to take a little time off, or maybe you need to go on a trip to be out in nature, or just write down your dreams or journal in the morning, something like that. But whatever it is, it leads you to this courage to take important steps the following week. So in the third week of October, we have the Fool and the Five of Pentacles. So this is where I see kind of you as the adventurer with the Fool, but I see the Five of Pentacles as, you know, for some of you, a little bit of that difficult energy of the Vulture, because it is about letting go or accepting that not everybody's going to be happy about your decisions, and you have to be okay with maybe disappointing someone or doing something that someone doesn't want you to do. Just to be totally frank with it, I feel like that is what's going on, and you should be fine with that, Sag, because you do have a very rebellious spirit. You have a very strong connection to your own inner voice, your intuition. You are a sign that is known for its ability to be authentic in its decision making, and you're known for being able to pursue the adventures that your soul is longing for. It's one of the things that a lot of people envy about you is your freedom and how liberated you allow yourself to be in your life. So I think that this is going to be something where you send love to the person or the situation that doesn't want you to go, which is the Five of Pentacles, but then you still have to walk your truth. You still have to walk your path. So that's what I'm seeing there, Sag. And at the end of the month, we have the King of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. So there is some kind of exchange. It could be energetic, or it could be financial if you're looking for an investor or something like that, Sagittarius. But overall, I'm getting the sense of like some kind of exchange of energy between yourself and someone else, or between two people that somehow have an influence in your life. This could be an older person, because the Six of Pentacles is like an older person. There could be something where if there's an older person that's really influential in your life, let's say like a manager or a boss or a landlord or a someone who has some kind of influence. They don't run everything, but they kind of are involved in some of the practical details of your life. I feel like there's some kind of exchange going on in that person's experience that is somehow circumstantially affecting you. But I don't see this as a bad thing. I feel like this is just something to be aware of. So this is a very, very specific message, and this is not normally what I see in cards like this, but actually what I'm getting, Sag, is almost like there's some kind of exchange or some kind of agreement that's being made between a water sign person, could be a Scorpio with the King of Cups, and somebody who has like influence in your life. The interesting thing is that this could actually be like beneficial for you, especially if one of the individuals that is involved in this exchange is someone who affects you when their energy is low, or when their energy is down, or when they are experiencing difficult emotions, for example. This could mean that that person in your life who is causing maybe a ruckus for you, or causing discontent or occasional conflict for you, it might mean that they are getting something that kind of either takes them off your back you know, like gets them off of your case about something and feeling better in their own self, or it means that it's distracting them from whatever like issues they continuously tend to bring to you. So obviously this situation is probably going to be more relevant in the career sector of your life. For example, if you have a difficult manager, that manager could be receiving something like maybe a promotion that moves them into a different department, so you don't have to deal with them anymore. Or it could be that if there's like a person that you're in a legal battle with, let's say, who's been really aggressively kind of pursuing some kind of monetary thing from you, or aggressively kind of causing issues in your life, and you're just like, I want this off my back, like I want this to go away. It could be that that person receives some kind of influx of income or some kind of change in their circumstances that sort of directs their energy away from you. And so you just get this sense of relief like right away, because you're like, oh, thank God, like this person is not bothering me anymore. Like it just feels good. That's the energy that I'm getting from this. If it's just somebody close to you, like a water sign maybe that you have in your family, or a spouse or a partner, because sometimes the King of Cups can be a spouse, male or female, in your life because of its strong position as a king or a queen. You know, that can represent an adult, somebody you have a close relationship with, whether it's male or female. This could be saying that that person, maybe they're getting some kind of healing or some coaching or some advice from somebody who they perceive as having wisdom that they're kind of happy with, and they're like, oh yes, I agree with that, I agree with that. And then the way that they interact with you subsequently is different and it's improved. So that's kind of what I'm getting. I hope that makes sense. It's a very specific message, so hopefully that is helpful for someone out there, but really that is the only thing I was seeing in those cards. So I think it's probably going to be significant for many of you in some way, shape, or form. And we got a jumper over here. All right. So your jumper card from the Soul Trees Oracle deck is possibilities. So there are a lot of possibilities, just like I was seeing too with the Fool and the Owl, talking about blessings coming in and opportunities that are being offered to you. I feel like the possibilities card is saying that this is a month for you to embrace the idea of potential, embrace the idea of choice and variety and expansion. This is a very expanding month for Sagittarians. So let's take a look at your oracle guidance for the month coming from the Energy Oracle. I absolutely love this deck. It's so old. I've had it forever, but I just, oh, I love it. Sagittarius. Oh, you've got two. Wow. We have patience and attachment. Woo! So what this is referring to, I feel, is this Five of Pentacles energy. Because remember, we were feeling that sense of like you going on a new journey for yourself, but at the same time there's someone or a situation or something that's kind of clinging to you. I don't really feel like this is about your attachment, Sag. I really feel that this came up because it's telling you that someone around you is attached to you or to your decisions or your behavior remaining in a particular way. And I feel like this is a really important message for many of you to say that, you know, you cannot be in this situation true to yourself and true to like the universe as it moves through you. Like you can't be a genuine channel for your higher self if you are appeasing the attachments that other people have to you. I feel like if there is something that where you have to disappoint someone this month, you are actually feeling great. Like you are feeling reborn. You are feeling fucking blessed. You are feeling so good on your path. But when you think about how your decisions affect someone else, it's like that's the only drawback for you, I feel, right now. But I feel like these cards are coming up to say You may not like this message, Sag, but you're gonna have to be patient with the person who has this attachment to you. I know that that's not maybe what all of you want to hear. Maybe you just want to hear that the other person is going to get over it right away. They're going to let you go. They're going to release you with love. They're going to just completely embrace their own path with joy and contentment in their heart, and they're going to take care of themselves, and they're not going to make you responsible for their happiness. Like, that's what you want to hear. I can feel it, Sag. I can feel that that's like what you want for them. You want them to live a great life. You want them to have everything that they want, and you just want them to realize that that's not what they're going to have with you. You know, it's like you want them to just recognize that, absorb that trust and self-love into their heart, and do the same thing that you're doing, which is just pursuing your highest path, like pursuing what you love and what brings you joy. So I feel like they will. The message is that they will, Sag, because you have this good energy coming in for that person, but you are going to have to be a little bit patient, because this attachment is a big part of like their process in their growth in this lifetime, and it is karmic for many of you. I'm hearing it's a karmic lesson that the other person is learning. So all you can really do, again, is live in your truth, send them love, send them good energy, but always stay on your path and stay in the vibration of love for yourself and appreciation for yourself and appreciation for that person too. If they were a significant part of your life, it's like you want to convey energetically that you appreciate everything, all of the lessons that you've learned from them, and it's been a lot, but you want to really convey that internally as well, that you appreciate everything that you've learned from them and through your interactions with them, but that you are going to unapologetically love yourself first. That's what it comes down to, Sag. So I hope this reading has been helpful. Please let me know if you got something useful out of this reading. I feel like this is going to be an amazing month with lots of adventure for you, so enjoy it, have fun. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. These things sound like they're not that big of a deal, but for a YouTube channel, it makes literally all of the world of difference, and I need to hear from you guys to know that these readings are helpful. It really helps give me the inspiration and the motivation to keep making them, and so I really would love to hear from you. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment, subscribe to my channel. All of those things really genuinely do show me your appreciation, and that's all that I ask for. So please feel free to let me know how this reading sat with you. I'm sending you so much love. Please take care of yourselves in October. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I'll put my information below the video. My schedule is open now, so I will be doing readings this month. And if you would like to participate with me in the Witch's New Year Tarot Challenge, it's a free daily challenge over on Instagram. If you want to learn more, I'll put my Instagram below this video so you can check that out. Okay, Sag, I'm sending you so much love. Have fun, take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.